the aviation bug, she was unstoppable, paying for every bit of flight time personally. After receiving her pilot's license in 1989, she continued on and obtained her instrument rating, commercial license, multi-engine instrument, multi-engine commercial ratings, all while working full-time.
Wow.
But in 1989, she was given an aerobatic ride in a Stearman at the Flying Circus Air Show. It was a birthday present, and that started off her love of aerobatics. She knew she was destined to fly airships. Now, diving in at 150 miles an hour. Listen to the crowd. 50 horsepower engine. Jane Wicker and her Super Stearman that she affectionately calls Aurora. Sit back and hold your breath because you're about to see something you've never Wicker flying in the airplane. This is the figure eight lying on the side. This is the Cuban eight. And that's Jane Wicker. Hurricane force winds. Watch and listen. Holding her hands up. Now watch carefully. You've seen the hammerhead turns. Here comes another one. But that's with Jane standing on the upper wing. Once again, 150 miles an hour. And on up over the Tonga balloon. Right now, you'll get a chance to watch the hammerhead turn. Stick for these verticals. That's 3.5 times the force of gravity. Force of change. Fortunately, she doesn't weigh a whole lot, so there's not a whole lot of force on that. There's a lower wing. Now get your cameras ready because they're going to be coming by in a photo pass.
There's a hole there, yeah.
She has her back against a pole and she's got her feet locked into a brace on the top of the
back to about 90 miles an hour. Put your cameras on as they come by in the photo pass. Go ahead and wave, she can see ya. Now watch very, very closely because another reason that Kirk has the Stearman throttle back to about 90 is because Jane is going to get off of that upper wing. She's going to climb down into the front cockpit, walk out across that wing out to the javelin. The javelin looks like a spear. It's between the flying wires, extending down between the upper and lower wings. They crisscross in the middle. There's a little spear that ties them together. She's going to be laying down on that javelin. And that's just the beginning. She's not only fighting the enormous wind, but has to step very carefully in order not to break through the delicate rib structure or step through the fabric that covers the wings of Aurora. Walking on just a 1-inch wing spar on the balls of her feet. She's on a 100-mile-an-hour balance speed. She has worked her way to the center of the wing. She's now laying down with the flying wires like Supergirl.
Yeah, she's in the wire.
There you see Supergirl laying down out there between the wings.
Yeah, she's on the wires, not laying on the wings.
Gain some altitude. He's going to perform some aerobatics while she's laying down on the javelin between the wings. Jane began wing walking when she answered a classified ad in the local paper in 1990. She answered that ad thinking wing walking would be an exciting way to enter the air show business, not to mention a lot of fun. Her first time airborne on the wing also happened to be in her first air show. She fell in love with it. It was the primary attraction at the Flying Circus Air Show for 12 years. She then traveled the country, Beauty and the Beast wing walking. In 2009, Jane bought a Stearman of her very own and started her own business. Not only does she perform air shows, run the business on her own, but she works full-time at the FAA and is a single mother raising 2 teenage boys. Diving back in, she's laying down on the javelin.
Well, then walking out there.
4 aerobatics with Jane Wicker.
Oh my God.
Inside Barnstormer's Loop. That's telling me that Jane is going to start walking across that wing. She's going to work her way out to the end of the airplane. She's going to be waving from that end strut, that N-shaped strut that extends between the upper and lower wing.
I don't see her. She fell. Oh, maybe not yet. No, she's still in the water.
Nice roll. Now let's watch and see as she maneuvers around on that lower wing.
She's out there now.
Don't forget while she's maneuvering across this wing, that hurricane force winds pushing against her. There she is. Now she's out of that end strut.
Okay, everybody wave.
And she's waving at you from out there on the end strut. Give a wave back as she comes by. Just hanging on. Winging a prayer out at that N-shaped strut between the wings.
What?
Now, pilot Kirk Wicker has to contend with a little bit of extra drag, asymmetric drag anyway. She's only out on one wing, at the same time. Fortunately, very well sculpted and slim Jane Wicker doesn't present a whole lot of drag, and I'll tell you, if you're going to have drag on an airplane, that's what I want it to look like.
Someone tells me he's got the hots for this single mom.
Kirk's got the power pulled back once again because watch what happens next. She's going to be hanging down. She has her ankles securely wrapped around that end strut. And she's going to be dropping down beneath the wing, hanging by her heels.
Oh my God.
From that end strut.
Low.
Get your cameras ready and watch carefully. There she is, hanging by her heels from the end strut on the left wing up of Aurora. Wow, what a picture. Just like back in the 30s in the barnstorming era, but nowhere today. Jane Wicker is the only one performing that stunt. Wing Walker.
Wow.
Get your cameras ready once again. You don't want to miss this. This is the inverted pass. This is the moment you have to see, believe. Nobody else
They shows all this on the way home to get hit by a car.
performs
Right.
this move that you're about to miles an hour while hanging by her ankles. Jane's about to get a view that no one else in the world gets to see. You saw her coming by in that last pass, hanging upside down. But watch what happens this time as they approach at 150 miles an hour. Put your cameras on and watch Jane Wicker. Jane's not hanging upside down anymore. She's sitting on the wing as the airplane is upside down. Incredible! Whoops, the seat just went away. Now she's hanging once again. She worked her way back up to stand behind the stanchion up on the upper wing. If you have a telephoto lens or binoculars, keep them on as she maneuvers across that wing and on up to the stanchion.
Oh, look, he said, here, I'll catch you.
Yeah.
He tilts to the one side so she can slide over to her cockpit.
Aerobatic airplane, acrobatic performer.
Yeah, there she is. I see her walking.
Keeping the power back, keeping the airspeed down, less forces against Jane as she walks across that wing, climbs up on the side of the fuselage, grabs the hold of the trailing edge of the upper wing,
And sits back down.
she's waving to you, standing up and holding onto the wing and waving to you. Right behind the stanchion. She's going to ease her way back into the cockpit for landing. As they set up for the landing, I'll tell you a little bit more about Jane Wicker. She's not only a wing walker, but also a true aerobatic pilot in her own right. She not only walks the wings of this beautiful Stearman, she flies it as well. She's an accomplished competition aerobatic pilot, flying everything from the Stearman to the Cap 21. Now here's Kirk Wicker maneuvering on in for the landing. Killing off some airspeed. Going to drop that left wing down into the wind. Nice wheel landing in the big Stearman. And quickly has that tail down. Jane's back inside the front cockpit. And now watch, she's climbing up that trailing edge once again. She's going to be up there standing on the top of the wing as they taxi back. Jane may be a throwback in time when she flies, but she's up to date on the social media scene. You can check out her website at www.wingwalk.org. That's .org. You can follow her on Twitter at Wingwalking. You can see her videos on the YouTube channel Wingwalking. And Facebook is Jane Wicker Air Shows. But check it out at www.wingwalk.org. Jane has a limited number of t-shirts here at the show, but if you happen to miss out, be sure to visit her online store at cafepress.com/wingwalk. If you check out her website, there's going to be a link there very soon that'll get you to the online store. She has souvenir shirts and lots of other things from Jane Walker Air Shows. Swing time, wing walking. Okay, taxiing down in front of you now. Give her a wave and a round of applause. Beautiful Jane Wicker, our wing walker. Jane would like to thank the following for their support. Thanks to Goodyear and Vidallo HD sunglasses. Thanks to David Clark and Ram Mounts and Mutt Muffs. The greatest thing when you take your dog flying in the airplane, the Mutt Muffs make the sound a whole lot better experience for your dog. Give this beautiful lady a wave as Kirk Wicker taxis right down in front of you. That is Jane Wicker and Aurora.
Yeah.
And Kirk Wicker driving the airplane.
Well, wait.
Now she's climbing down. That's exactly what she does.